Hey, welcome. Let's talk about something we've all felt. That absolute gut punch of panic when everything is on the line. But what if I told you that feeling has nothing to do with you being weak? Yeah, let's get into what's really happening.
Seriously, just think about that for a second. What if freezing up, or your mind just going completely blank? What if that isn't some deep flaw in who you are? What if it's something else completely?
And there it is. That's the huge idea we're digging into today. Handling pressure isn't some magic talent you're born with. No, it's a skill. And the best part? It's a skill you can train, just like a muscle at the gym. I mean, pressure pops up everywhere, right? It's that huge presentation you've got to nail. It's that tough talk you keep putting off. It's that deadline that just cannot be missed. Or a huge life decision that feels like it could change everything. We've all been right there.
Now this is where it gets really fascinating. You've seen people on both sides of this, for sure. On one hand, you've got the people who just seem unshakable. They stay calm, focused, and somehow turn all that fear into pure confidence. And on the other hand, people crumble. They freeze up and let chaos completely take the wheel. So, what's the difference?
So a lot of us just assume it's about having more guts or, just more experience. But what the experts tell us is that it's something way deeper. It's not about the pressure that hits you. It's about how your brain and your body actually process that stress on the inside.
Which brings us to the absolute key. That missing skill? It's called self-regulation. This is your power to actively manage your own emotions when the pressure starts to boil over. It's the little gap, that mental pause between the trigger and your reaction. It's what stops you from just reacting. And this just lays it out perfectly. It is a total game changer. Without this skill, pressure slams right into your nervous system, flips the fight or flight switch, and bam, you're in panic mode. But with self-regulation, you create some space. You notice the pressure, and then you get to choose your response. The outcome isn't panic, it's clarity.
All right, so if this is a skill, that means we can train it. So let's break down exactly how you build this mental muscle.
Okay, here are 4 steps you can actually use. First, get good at spotting your body's alarm bells. That faster heartbeat, your shoulders tensing up. That's your signal to step in. Second, use your breath. Slow, deep breaths literally tell your brain, hey, we're safe, we're in control here. Third, and this sounds simple, but it's huge, just name the feeling. Silently saying to yourself, I'm feeling anxious, actually strips that anxiety of its power. And finally, visualize success. Your brain kind of doesn't know the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that's real, so rehearsing the win in your mind actually wires you for it.
And this is really the whole point. We're not trying to make pressure just magically vanish from our lives. That's impossible. The goal is to make it so that pressure doesn't get to control you anymore. You are in the driver's seat, not your fear.
This slide just sums up the transformation beautifully. Before, pressure created fear, and that fear led to panic. But once you train this skill, that exact same pressure becomes fuel. And that fuel, it leads to intense, locked-in focus. You're completely flipping the script. Just think about the greatest athletes, the top CEOs, the most amazing performers. They don't live in a world without pressure. Heck, they probably face more of it than anyone. The difference is, they've mastered that internal response. They've learned how to grab that energy and use it. So, at the end of the day, it all boils down to this. One skill. It's not about learning a million different life hacks or little tricks. It's about mastering this one core ability to regulate yourself. And this right here is the biggest, most empowering takeaway. The pressure itself, it's neutral. It's just a thing that happens. What actually decides the outcome, what separates winning from losing, is your response to it. And that's where all your power is.
So, I want to leave you with a question. For you personally, what's that one situation that always triggers that feeling of panic? Really think about it, because now you have a real deal framework for how to start changing that response.
Hey, if this helped you look at pressure in a totally new way, do me a favor and hit that like button. I would genuinely love to see your answer to that last question down in the comments. And of course, subscribe for more insights just like this. Thanks so much for watching.